Key of Mystery from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Tablet number 8. Unto thee, O man, have I given my knowledge. Unto thee have I given of light. Hear ye now and receive my wisdom brought from space planes above and beyond. Well, right there he tells you where it comes from, doesn't he? Not as, excuse me, not as man am I, for free have I become of dimensions and planes. In each I take on a new body. In each I change in my form. Now I know that the formless is all there is of form. Great is the wisdom of the seven. Mighty are they from beyond, manifest they through their power. Filled by force from beyond. So these are entities that just manifest wherever they want from just sheer energy and spiritual energy. Hear ye these words of wisdom, hear ye and make them thine own. Find in them the formless. Mystery is but hidden knowledge. Know, and ye shall unveil. Find the deep buried wisdom, and be master of darkness and light. Deep are the mysteries around you, hidden the secrets of old. Search through the keys of my wisdom. Surely shall ye find the way. The gateway to power is secret, but he who attains it shall receive. Look to the light, O my brother, open, and ye shall receive. Press on through the valley of darkness, overcome the dweller of night. Keep ever your eyes on the light plane, and thou shalt be one with the light. Man is in process of changing to forms that are not of this world. Grow he is time to the formless, a plane on the cycle above. Know ye that you must become formless before you are to be with the light. Listen to my voice, O man, telling of the pathways to light, showing the way of attainment, when you shall be one with the light as well. Search ye the laws of mysteries of earth's heart. Learn of the law that exists, holding the stars in their balance by the force of the primordial mist. Seek you the flame of the earth's life. Bathe in the glare of its flame. Follow the three-cornered pathway until thou, too, are aflame. Is that a reference to like Kundalini or the fire, raising into that? Very well could be. Speak thou in words without voice to those who dwell down below. Now he's talking about communicating telepathically with inner earth beings. Nice. Enter the blue-litten temple and bathe in the fire of all life. Know, O man, that you are complex, a being of earth and of fire. Let thy flame shine out brightly. Be thou only the fire. Wisdom is hidden in darkness. When lit by the flame of the soul, find you the wisdom and be light-born, a son of the light without form. Seek thee evermore wisdom. Find it in the heart of the flame. Know that only by striving and light pour into the brain. Now have I spoken my wisdom. Listen to my voice and obey. Tear open the veils of the darkness. Shine a light on the way. Speak I of ancient Atlantis. Speak of the days of the kingdom of shadows. Speak of the coming of the children of shadows. Out of the great deep were they called by the wisdom of earthmen, called for the purpose of gaining great power. Far in the past, before Atlantis existed, men there were who delved into darkness, using dark magic, calling up beings from the great deep below us. Forth they came into this cycle. Formless were they, of another vibration, existing unseen by the children of earthmen. These are spirits or demons. Only through blood could they have formed being. Only through man could they live in the world. In ages past, they were conquered by masters, driven below to the place whence they came, but some there were who remained hidden in spaces and plains unknown to man. They lived in Atlantis as shadows, but at times they appeared among men. Aye, when blood was offered, they came to dwell among men. These sound like macrobes or oversouls. Or somebody asked me if the archons were the same as the oversouls or the microbes. I just don't know for sure. Sounds to me like it could be, but I don't know. In the form of man, they amongst us, but only to sight were they as are men. Serpent-headed, when the glamour was lifted, but appearing to man as men among men. Well, that's a fucking reptilian shapeshifter right there if I ever heard it. When the glamour was lifted, when they took the makeup off, he's a serpent head underneath there, appearing to be a man under men, crept they into the councils. My God, that's unbelievable. This is actually talking about shapeshifters infiltrating councils and government and using black magic to do this. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know this was in here. I mean, that's a glaring thing right there. I mean, that makes me all the more interested in the alleged 2 tablets they say we're not ready for or we can't handle. Man, how do we get our hands on that? In the form of man, they amongst us, but only to sight were they as men. So only when you looked at them, only to sight were they as men. Only when you looked, I didn't get that the first time. When you looked at them, you thought they were a man. But when you take all that away, they were serpent-headed underneath. That's a shapeshifter. There's no question. They crept into the councils, taking forms that were like unto men, slaying by their arts the chiefs of the kingdoms, taking their form and ruling over man. So they went in and slaughtered the chiefs and the rulers and made themselves look like them and assumed total control. That doesn't sound too far off to the truth. Historically, as far as my research shows, I mean, really, trace back these bloodlines and how these, I'm looking at Merovingius, Meravi, and, oh, man. That's just a little unbelievable right there. That this is, coming from ancient texts or ancient tablets. That's really hard to believe. I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm just saying that's just unbelievable stuff. Because my research does. I mean, yeah, that's the people that are in power got it by deceit and by being fucking snakes in the grass. Only by magic could they be discovered. Only by sound could their faces be seen, only by sound. So certain frequencies must allow you to be able to see what these shapeshifters really look like. That's interesting. I always thought that may be the case. Sought they from the kingdom of shadows to destroy man and rule in his place. But know ye, the masters were mighty in magic and able to lift the veil from the face of the serpent and able to send him back to his place. But see, we don't have as many powerful magicians working in the light in these days, so that's why the serpents have been able to take over. They haven't had any competition. That's why they've kept this information and this secret knowledge hidden from us so well, folks. That's your explanation right there. Came they to man and taught him the secret, the word that only a man can pronounce. Swift then they lifted the veil from the serpent and cast him forth from the place among men. Yet beware, the serpent still liveth. In a place that is open at times to the world, unseen they walk among there, in places where the rites have been said. Again, as time passes onward, shall they take the semblance of men. Called may they be by the master, who knows the white or the black. But only the white master may control and bind them while in the flesh. So only someone who's working for for white magic and not black magic can bind these shapeshifters while they're in the flesh and expose them for what they are. Seek not the kingdom of shadows, for evil will surely appear. For only the master of brightness shall conquer the shadow of fear. Let me say that one more time. That's a great... I got to get... Jamie, if you're listening on an archive later, you got to work that into a song. Seek not the kingdom of shadows, for evil will surely appear. For only the master of brightness shall conquer the shadow of fear. Know ye, O my brother, that fear is an obstacle great. Be master of all in the brightness. The shadow will soon disappear. Hear ye and heed my wisdom. The voice of light is clear. Seek not the valley of shadow, and light will only appear. Listen ye, O man, to the depth of my wisdom. Speak I of knowledge hidden from man. Far have I been on my journey through space-time, even to the end of space of this cycle. I glimpsed the hounds of the barrier, lying in wait for he who would pass them. In that space where time exists not, faintly I sensed the guardians of the cycles. Move they only through the angles. Free are they not from the carved dimensions. Strange and terrible are the hounds of the barrier. Follow they consciousness to the limits of space. Think not to escape by entering your body, for follow they fast the soul through angles. Only the circle will give you protection and save you from the claws of the dwellers in angles. Once in a time past I approached their great barrier and saw on the shores where time exists not the formless forms of the hounds of the barrier. I, hiding in the mist beyond time, I found them. And they, scenting me afar off, raised themselves and gave the great bell cry that could be heard from cycle to cycle. As I moved through space toward my soul, that's interesting, cycle to cycle. It's a frame of time they refer to in Tron. And more evidence we're actually living in the Matrix. Fled I then fast before them, back from time's unthinkable end, but ever after they pursued me, moving in strange angles not known to man. I, on the gray shores of time-space's end, found I the hounds of the barrier, ravening for the soul who attempts the beyond. Fled I through circles back to my body, fled and fast after me they followed. I after me the devourers followed, seeking through angles to devour my soul. Know ye, man, that the soul who dares the barrier may be held in bondage by the hounds beyond time. Held till this cycle is completed and left behind when the consciousness leaves. Entered I my body, created the circles that know not angles, created the form that from my form was formed, made my body into a circle and lost the pursuers in the circles of time. But even yet, when free from my body, cautious ever must I be not to move through the angles, else my soul may never be free. Know ye the hounds of the barrier move only through angles and never through the curves of space. Only by moving through curves can you escape them, for in angles they will pursue you. O man, heed my warning. Seek not to break open the gate to beyond. Few there are who have succeeded in passing the barrier to the great light that shines beyond. For know ye that ever the dwellers seek such souls to hold in their thrall. Listen, O man, and heed ye my warning. Seek you to move not in angles, but curves. And if while free from the body, you hear the sound of like the bay of a hound, ringing clear and bell-like through your being, flee back to your body through circles. Penetrate not the mists before. When thou hast entered the room thou hast dwelt in, Use thou the cross and the circle combined. Open your mouth and use your voice. Utter the word, and thou shalt be free. Only the one who of light has the fullest can hope to pass by the guards of the way. And then must he move through the strange curves and angles that are formed in direction not known to man. Listen, O man, and heed you my warning. Attempt not to pass the guards on the way. Rather, you should seek to gain thine own light and make yourself ready to pass on the way. Light is the ultimate end, O my brother. Seek and find ever the light on the way. So that's the end of that tablet. Next time we'll get into the key to freedom of space. Tablet number 9 of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Excellent stuff there. Shapeshifters. The hounds that guard the barrier into the other side. Stuff that's very similar to what's talked about in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. The Tibetan Book of the Dead talks about the same type of thing. Encountering these beings at the gate, these things that'll try to scare you and tell you that it's going to take your soul, so you'll get scared and run back to your body. And that's what's keeping souls incarnating and trapped back down here in dense matter of material plane. That we're talking about that 3,000 years ago. Apparently it coincides with this, but yeah, man, great stuff.